And hi to everyone out there watching us right now. We are going to be interviewing a great human being. Someone, this is a very special interview by the way. ये एक बहुत ज़्यादा ख़ास, बहुत ज़्यादा स्पेशल इंटरव्यू है क्योंकि हमारे साथ आज हमारे एक तुर्किश मेहमान हैं और वो हमें अब से कुछ देर बाद ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं। मैं उनको इनवाइट ज़रा सा कर दूं क्योंकि इनविटेशन हमने उनको भेजनी है और उनके साथ आज इंटरव्यू करना है। ही इज़ गोइंग टू बी मिस्टर Turgay Evren with us. He's going to be live with us. Shortly he'll be joining us and we are going to invite Zone Magazine. So it is going to be very interesting and very thought-provoking interview because he is someone. Here he comes. Here he comes. Mr. Turgay Evren is with us right now. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah.
I believe the camera, just the camera is a bit upside down. If it's all right, the frame is not.
I mean, is it good?
That is great. That is great. That is great. Yeah, that's great now.
No.
So that was fine actually.
Okay, like that.
All right, all right. Hello, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking time out for Inspire Zone Magazine. First of all, let me tell you, there's a lot of fan following. You have done songs for Kashmir. You have done songs for Palestine. But when you did that song for Imran Khan, I tell you, really, in Pakistan, the popularity has increased ninefold, and it's an honor for Inspire Zone Magazine to bring you live to the Pakistani audience and the audience worldwide. First of all, sir, tell us something about yourself. How did you start this journey?
Yeah, okay. I'm sending my greetings to all of you from Istanbul, Turkey. I mean, as you know, my name is Turgay Evren. I am normally a lecturer, an author, a poet, and also a songwriter and composer. So I have written actually several songs, in Turkish and in English. And I think in Pakistan, my best known song so far was Kashmir is My Name. So it was dedicated to Kashmir and it was written almost, 2 years ago. So, and after Kashmir is My Name, especially, I got a very strong connection with Kashmiri brothers and sisters living in Indian occupied Kashmir. And, I have kept writing on the issue of Kashmir because Kashmiri people, are being silenced and they are kind of voiceless. They have no voice. And I wanted, to raise their voice as a Turkish brother. I thought that it is my duty as a human being, first of all, and as a Muslim brother from Turkey. Then I kept, producing on Kashmir, and we have produced in different languages as well, in Urdu, in Arabic, in Turkish, and we also had a collaboration with Harika Kiani and another Pakistani singer as well. Now I couldn't recall her name. So, and another song which also became very popular was I Am Kashmir. So that song also has reached millions of people. And of course, I also wrote songs about Palestine, like Don't Cry, Jerusalem. So that song, I know they also made, a good echo, in Palestine as well. Then for Yemen, like how can we carry your burden, Yemen? And I have written songs about African mothers, who are unfortunately losing their beloved children to starvation. And also, try to mention, I didn't make a special song so far, but I mentioned about the suffering of Rohingya Muslims. And my first song was already about Syria. because in Turkey we are holding like millions of Syrian, refugees. And like 6 years ago, my first song was about Syrian refugees, and it has reached President Erdogan. President Erdogan, has used that song in his international programs. And even we had a kind of international summit where, some world leaders came from maybe, more than 40 countries. And President Erdogan also made all these world leaders, watch and listen to our songs so that they could understand the suffering of the Syrian refugees better. And my recent song was about Pakistan, and it was dedicated to Imran Khan. So
Yeah,
absolutely not.
absolutely not. Yes, exactly. You have done a lot of work, and I must accept this again. It's an honor for Inspire Zone magazine, because you're a very special person. I tell you why. Because you are actually using your talent, your expertise, your energies into doing a thing which is very which has a cause, for the Muslims out there. And you have that pain in your heart, which can be seen from your compositions, the songs you have written, sir. And salute to you. It's a great initiative for a person, like people who can follow you, and there are so many people who are actually now following you. We'll talk about Kashmir song and Palestine song. First of all, let's start with Absolutely Not and La ilaha illallah, the great concept, the great words of Islam. Where did this idea came from, doing a song on Imran Khan?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like several years ago, I was kind of prejudiced against Imran Khan when he was the leader of the opposition. And that time, I don't know, like I thought, he's kind of, I thought like, I found him very aggressive as an opposition leader. But then when he came to power, I started following him more closely, especially when President Erdogan visited Imran Khan. And I saw that Imran Khan was such a humble leader, and he received President Erdogan so warmly. And then, I started following his speeches, and I saw that, his speeches were really genuine, and they came from heart, and they started affecting me. And I said, like, this guy is really sincere, and he is trying, to better the situation of Muslims. And then when I saw that, he was really concerned about Palestine and Kashmir, and when he raised his voice in United Nations, so, like President Erdogan, I thought like, a kind of second Erdogan is actually emerging from a Muslim country. We need really strong leaders, and strong leaders are not born every day. Sometimes it takes many decades to have this kind of strong leaders. And when you have those kind of leaders, it is your duty to support those leaders. And, Allah is kind of testing you, So when you have this kind of people, I think that you shouldn't hesitate. You should give your full support, because it is such a blessing to be a follower of this kind of leaders. And of course, Imran Khan, when he was ousted, that really hurt me deeply, because I was not expecting that. And I thought that there was, kind of foreign involvement. And since, I'm from Turkey, we are very familiar with this kind of, foreign interventions, because, in our history, there are numerous events. And so, the first moment I have noticed that, this was not natural. So I saw that some MPs, unfortunately, were bored, and the balance in the parliament has been changed. And as if Imran Khan was punished because he said absolutely not, then
Absolutely,
I felt
yes, absolutely,
responsible to
yes.
do something. I said, as a brother from Turkey, because I'm not holding a governmental position, so I'm a free artist, and I can easily express my ideas. And then I started, like I started just repeating the word La ilaha illallah, and the song starts with La ilaha illallah, and actually La ilaha illallah is the symbol of Islam. It makes us Muslims, and it means we only surrender to Allah, and because we bow before Almighty Allah, we shouldn't bow before any other powers, no matter how powerful they are. They're all creation of God, right? And La ilaha illallah also means the freedom of Pakistan. And I saw that Imran Khan also mentions the phrase of La ilaha illallah in his speeches with that meaning, because if you really trust in Allah, you know, you shouldn't get afraid of other powers. And I hope that, you know, Pakistan is going to get free, because I mean, this is a very big journey for Pakistan. It is a historic crossroads. Whether Pakistan is going to, you know, accept slavery, or Pakistan, you know, is going to choose the way of dignity and freedom, and of course that way is going to require some sacrifice. I know that we're going, you know, Pakistan is going to go through a difficult process, but inshallah, you know, if Pakistani people are determined, so in that case, they are going to reach, you know, they're going to reach enlightenment, they're going to reach better days. And of course, Pakistan matters for not only for Turkey, but for the entire Muslim ummah. So that's why our prayers and our hearts are always together with you.
Inshallah, inshallah, and our prayers are with Turkey as well. Talking about Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Imran Khan, do you find any similarities between the two? Because you know, both of the leaders, they are like must for the Muslim ummah. All of the countries, we are like 57, 58 Muslim countries, and you know, we should be united, and we should have leadership like Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Mr. Imran Khan as well. What do you say about this?
Yeah, I mean, that's really a good question. I really find both leaders very similar in some ways, and I also checked, you know, the way they are talking. So, I mean, both leaders want to show Muslims need self-confidence, and both leaders refer to the great history. You know, Muslims have created, so we have created a very big civilization. So that's why, you know, we should be aware of our own culture, our own richness. Because unless you are aware of the fact that you are rich in culture, you know, you cannot be firm on your own feet. And I believe both leaders, you know, have been really global, and they have made a global impact throughout the Muslim world. So when I wrote the song about Imran Khan, this song also made an impact in Malaysia. I mean, some people made a reaction video about that in Malaysia. So it made an impact in India for Indian Muslims. It made an impact in Bosnia. Some Bosnian Muslims have written to me. You know, so in the same way for Erdogan, I mean, I know that Erdogan is also being followed, you know, by many people from Malaysia, Indonesia, Africa, you know, Europe, so many different countries. So these two people are really kind of distinctive, you know, and their followers are not confined to only Turkey and Pakistan. So the impact goes, you know, far actually beyond their countries. So that's why, you know, we should be aware of those leaders, and we should be supporting those leaders, because I mean, this kind of leaders, I mean, when you think about Erdogan and Imran Khan, even if now Imran Khan is not in the office, but I mean, we are talking about Imran Khan. Why? Because this kind of people cannot be defined only by the positions they have.
Strongly agreed.
Of course, if he were in office, you know, he would keep doing many good things for Pakistan, but still, with their legacy, I mean, with the hope they inculcate, in the youth is priceless. So that's why, even if now Imran Khan is not in the office, he doesn't lose any value from himself. Those kind of people, President Erdogan. So I mean, even we don't use titles. I mean, when I say Erdogan, Erdogan goes beyond any titles, and in the same way, we don't have to say like PM Imran Khan. Just when we say Imran Khan, that word goes beyond all the titles. So that's why. Why? Because they have a story, and they have a role. They are the source of inspiration, and that deserves, unfortunately, global powers. So it's not only what these leaders are trying to do, but also the message they are sending, to the world. So that also makes an impact, and that's why some global powers are trying to block the road, because they know if they don't stop those people, they wouldn't be able to stop the progress of the Islamic civilization and the return of the Islamic heritage.
Strongly agreed with you, Mr. Turgay. And there are a lot of Pakistanis who are watching you, who will actually watch you as soon as Inspire Zone magazine. We will publish this interview on our YouTube channel as well. People will watch on our Instagram page as well. So a few lines from your all-time hit here in Pakistan, Absolutely Not, La ilaha illallah. If you could just give us a few lines from it.
I mean, one thing that I can tell about myself, I'm a songwriter and composer. So inshallah, in the future, one day, we can bring, the singer to the program, and the people, because, I mean, many people have not heard about the singer, but there is a great voice behind, these projects. So the singer of Absolutely Not is a Turkish singer who was born and raised in Switzerland. So his name is Evren, and he has, given not only his voice but his heart to many projects I did. And he's really a very humble, he's a very nice person. Because one thing that I can tell you, my voice is not good. When I start composing any song, my daughters and my wife are getting away from me. They say, "Oh, now we believe that you're going to produce a very nice song, but your voice is not good." So
the composition is great, actually. I agree with you, but the composition, the composition you did for Absolutely Not is really famous here in Pakistan. It went viral. You were talking about when Imran Khan was ousted from the office when he was removed. So yes, people actually followed you, and I'm a news anchor myself. I also read it in news. You were all over the internet here in Pakistan. You were on Facebook. You were on the channels, TV channels here. It is a great work. And tell us about the moving forward. Tell us about your songs and your association with the songs like that. Kashmir. You said I am Kashmir, and then. For Jerusalem, you have done songs for Palestine, you have done songs for Syrians, you have done songs for Rohingya Muslims. So tell us what motivates you to do this?
Yeah, very good. I mean, first of all, let me also give some good news. I mean, actually, Absolutely Not has also reached Imran Khan as well, because, I talked to his top men. They sent me some messages. They said that, like, Imran Khan has also listened to the song, and he said, just share this song on the social media, support it, and also use it in the jail cells. So, and now a singer in Pakistan is working on the Urdu version of Absolutely Not. So inshallah, in the future, in the jail cells, maybe we're going to listen to the Urdu version of this song. So not only the English version. Yeah, I mean, I have pretty English version because I wanted to make the people to understand what's going on in Pakistan. So because, if there is a global attack, sometimes you need to give a global answer. So there was a foreign involvement, and
I
I want
agree.
to
I
send a message
strongly
to
agree.
you,
Yes.
yeah, saying that
Just,
like, see,
sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you. What if, maybe there's going to be elections soon here in Pakistan? As you said, Imran Khan really got inspired with your song as well. How about doing a full-fledged election campaign song for Imran Khan? Maybe come to Pakistan. Do you have any plans to come here to Pakistan and meet Imran Khan and work with the team?
uh, I think maybe Urdu version of this song, is going to be used in election. But now, I'm not. I have not thought about making a special song for election campaign because, to be honest, this just came from my own heart, and I didn't do it as a professional artist, but as a person, who felt what was going on in his conscience, and I wanted to make that kind of contribution. And what I can say, the process of making song, of course, that depends on inspiration. You need to feel something. In English we say, what comes out of heart goes to heart. So, and another beautiful saying from Mevlana, from Rumi, and I think Imran Khan also refers to Rumi a lot. And actually, in our song, there was, one lyric, there was one part, and I thought that it was the saying of Imran Khan. Then I learned that, actually it came from Mevlana originally. So it's like, if Allah has given you two wings, why do you grow? Because Allah has really created us in the best form, and we've got a great potential. And Imran Khan wants to remind the people, like you, young people, don't think that you're ordinary. You have a great potential. So don't bow before any position, and don't lose your hope, because. And we understand that, today many young people sometimes become hopeless. Economic conditions are not good, but the message, you have a great potential. Because see, when we remember Hazrat Ali, he always said, like, you think you are small and insignificant, but actually there is a hidden universe inside you, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and again, what Mevlana says, like, even if you know 100 languages, if you cannot speak the language of heart, you are mute. Yeah. So,
Wow.
so that's
That's
why
great.
my song, the initial thing is inspiration. You really need to feel something in your heart, because if it doesn't come from heart, if you just try to make something for money, if you try to make something for a limited gain, your impact is not going to be that deep. Because when your objective is worldly, of course you're going to be confined to the world. But if it is heavenly, so in that case, it's going to go beyond. And with those songs, what we are trying to do, we are trying to put really our heart and our feelings. And that's why, although sometimes we have really little budget, but still, we try to reach millions of people. Because I have been in touch with some great singers like Mahir Zain and Sami Yusuf, and I also worked with people, some musicians, working with them. So I also worked with some, great musicians. But at the end of the day, whatever you produce, the initial thing, it should come from inside. If it doesn't come from your heart, there is no way that it's going to reach under heart.
You're a very, 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 very deep person, actually. I'm really, it's just like, feels like keep listening to you, and take too much time, too much knowledge from you. I know you're a very deep person. Do you travel as well? Do you like traveling? Tell us about your personal life. What's your favorite travel destination?
Here's, in my personal life, well, I can say one thing that I like doing, of course, is reading extensively, and especially when I was very young, I started reading, and for the young people, I believe whatever they do, reading is really the key. No matter what profession you're doing, just you need to read a lot from different sources. And another thing, in our history, we've got really great personalities, and of course, like we can talk about Ibn Sina. In English, they say Avicenna. I mean, in Turkey, we are reading Imam Ghazali. So in my youth, he made a very deep impact on me. But on the other hand, there are also some contemporary thinkers like Muhammad Iqbal. Muhammad Iqbal, he has a distinctive place in my life. So and I came to know Muhammad Iqbal, and I was really surprised. We have, such a great person, but unfortunately, we couldn't make the young people actually benefit from his treasures, enough. So that's something, we also need to question ourselves as well. So when I was in Pakistan, I already told people, I believe that today, if Muhammad Iqbal wakes up, think that how he's going to see the things and what he's going to think about you, because Muhammad Iqbal was a progressive thinker. He went to the West, but he was not a blind follower. He knew his own culture, and in terms of Western civilization, he has reached a very high point. He was, he could be compared with Henry Bergson of, British philosophy, but on the other hand, he knew Mevlana, he knew Rumi, he knew, Islam, and he got his inspiration from the Holy Quran. So he read the universe as a book, but he was not somebody ignorant of his own culture. So that's why, he had kind of two wings. And my message for the young people, I mean, we need to really get aware of, this kind of great people. So in the same way, in Turkey, we've got also some great poets and great thinkers. So we also need more collaboration between Pakistan and Turkey, because although we are two brotherly countries, but we don't know each other as much as we need to know each other. So you see, that's
Sure.
another problem. And I mean, just I'm a teacher, so I teach adults, and like sometimes I'm invited to different places for talking about the issue of Kashmir, and inshallah tomorrow I'm going to be in Barcelona, so there's going to be a conference, and there'll be also one originally Pakistani, but I think UK MP, so he will also join the program. And a few months ago I was in Italy, and again we tried to raise the issue of
Great.
Kashmir in
Yeah,
Italy as well.
I did follow you. Yeah, sorry to cut you. I did follow you on Twitter and other platforms as well. You're doing a lot for Kashmir cause, Palestine cause, and for all the Muslims out there. What's your what will be your message to the Muslims watching you right now and your fans here in Pakistan and Turkey? Do you have any plans to come to Pakistan? Tell us about your thoughts about.
I mean, in December last year, I was in Pakistan, and I met Shahriar Afridi in the parliament. He hosted me, and then I also met the president and the prime minister of Azad Kashmir in Islamabad. I was planning to visit Azad Kashmir, but in Islamabad, I had stayed for 4 days, and there were really many programs, so our schedule was very intensive, and unfortunately I couldn't get the chance to visit Azad Kashmir. So inshallah, towards the end of this year, I am planning to visit Muzaffarabad. And in Pakistan, you know, I also heard about Lahore, Karachi. So those cities are really also nice and historic cities, because I guess Islamabad is kind of modern city in comparison with those cities. So inshallah, I'm also planning, you know, to visit those places, and maybe, you know, if Allah wills, maybe I can also meet Imran, and I can have, you know, kind of conversation with him. I can benefit from his ideas as well. So
Turkish food is really famous here in Pakistan. Did you had a chance of eating biryani when you were in Pakistan?
I mean, in Pakistan, yeah, we ate biryani, but in Istanbul, we have also some biryani restaurants as well. So I often meet
Yeah.
some Kashmiri and Pakistani brothers visiting Istanbul from different countries as well. So, I mean,
Yep.
sometimes from America or from the UK or from Pakistan, some brothers come, and when they come, you know, there are some biryani places. So I also became a kind of frequent visitor of, you know, those places. But on the other hand, yeah, Turkish food is also really delicious. And actually, like I can say, many years ago, so how many years ago? Maybe more than like 22, 23 years ago, you know, I was kind of young, and I was in New York City in Manhattan. And the first time I was in America, and when I was working in Manhattan, you know, I wanted to eat some halal food, and I was hungry, and I started walking a lot, and finally I saw a Pakistani restaurant, you know. So the first time in my life, then I entered Pakistani restaurant, and I don't have any idea about the food, you know, Pakistani food. Then the
Definitely,
very first thing,
when you will come here in Pakistan, Inspire Zone magazine will definitely be your host, and we will be taking you, you know, places, making you eat really nice food of here in Pakistan. And sir, last but not the least, I know, you know, people want to see you more. People want to keep listening to you. What's your message? And give us a shout out for Inspire Zone magazine. Ask your fans to follow our Inspire Zone magazine page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well.
yeah, inshallah, I mean, thank you for your hospitality. You know, then that time I entered Pakistani restaurant, and they told me that they have kind of kebab. Then they also told me that we have a special kind of bread, and I said, how do you call it? They told me naan. And you know what? Naan is the bread, because I originally come from the eastern part of Turkey, and you know, we also call bread as naan. Then,
Yep.
you know, when we got bread, I said, oh my guys, maybe even I wouldn't be able to find this bread in Istanbul, but I found it in New York City, because we, you know, we are sharing the common culture. So, I mean, I really like visiting Pakistani restaurants, and when I see, you know, there's kind of different breads for different foods. I mean, Pakistani cuisine is really rich, and I believe that it needs kind of more recognition in the world. So, and I also like Pakistani tea. You know, the first time I was in Islamabad, I didn't know that in the hotel. Just I was trying to find tea, and I saw that there were kind of two kettles, like one milk and the other one tea. So it's kind of mixture, you know, mixing tea with milk. And when I drank Kashmiri tea, I mean, it was also tasty. I also liked it, but the Kashmiri tea that I drank was not kind of salty. It was sweet. And I heard that originally Kashmiri tea is salty, they say.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It is an honor. Once again, you know, it was an honor to interview you today. And hopefully, whenever you are in Pakistan, sir, Inspire Zone magazine is going to be with you. Inspire Zone magazine is going to be your host here in Pakistan. And once again, sir, thank you very much for your time. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you for having me as a guest. and for your hospitality. So yeah, inshallah, we're going to get a chance, to come together. Yeah, thank you for everything.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, I'm sending my greetings.
My greetings.